Hey, what's up? This is Scott with Level Up Tuts, and today we're going to be building on what we did last time, and we're going to be using that watch script to compile our Sass code. Every single time that we save our Sass, it's going to shoot out CSS. And now this is no different than what you're used to using with something like Sass Watch. However, it takes care of a lot of processes for you if you do it inside of Gulp. This way we can have one command, watch our Sass, watch our HTML for changes, possibly watch our JavaScript for changes, and you can do it all within one command instead of having separate processes to compile your Sass or minify your JavaScript or compress images or anything like that. So keep watching. We're going to show you how to compile your Sass in Gulp. So the first thing we have to do is install a package for Sass, and the one we're going to be using is Gulp Ruby Sass. Now this one in particular, you also need to have Ruby and Sass installed, so if you're already using Sass and you've used the Sass Watch command, then you should be all set. So what we're going to do is, just like before, we're going to run npm install to install this, and if you need to use sudo, then use sudo, and we're going to do sudo npm install --save -dev, and then in the next space, the name of the package is going to be gulp-ruby-sass, just like that. And we're going to enter, and it's going to install that package for you. Okay, now that that's been installed, we need to add it to our project. To do that, we need to require it. So we can add a comma after this uglify, and we can name it Sass, and Sass is going to equal require, and then inside of here we need to just pass it in the package name, which was gulp-ruby-sass, just like that. Now there's many other Sass Gulp packages, so if this one doesn't work quite the way you want it to, you can check out some of the others. This is just the one I've been using lately. So Sass is going to equal require gulp-ruby-sass. Cool, so now we're ready to start using this package. So let's go ahead to our styles task, and we're going to delete this console log that we had in there so that it actually does something now. And what we wanted to do is very similar to what we did with our scripts task. So the first thing we want to do is have it to look in a particular directory, so we can say gulp.src, and then in parentheses pass it in the directory, which just happens to be in this case SCSS /, and then now I want to make sure that I grab every single SCSS file that's in this directory. So what we can do is say **** ***.scss. This is going to find all SCSS files anywhere that are inside of this SCSS folder. Okay, now we need to pipe in some tasks here. So we can go ahead and say .pipe, just like before. And then what we're going to do is actually run a Sass function. So just like that, we're going to say Sass. And now, since this project is a basic Sass file, I'm going to show you it right now. I have some variables, I have a map. Even though this says Susie, I'm not actually using Susie. You can notice there's no import statements at the top here. I'm not using compass even. It's just a pretty basic Sass file with some styles in it. So we're going to go into this, and you'll notice that we're just running the Sass command without any options. Now there are plenty of options that you can put in here, and to do that you can check out the GitHub page for Gulp Ruby Sass and check out those options if you'd like to see what involves there. However, we're just going to be using this Sass function like this for now. So just like the uglify, we're then going to need to pipe in a destination. So we're going to say pipe and then gulp.dest. Now this time we have a definite destination, which is inside of a string, just CSS, and we can say CSS / like that. Now we're going to finish it off with a semicolon, and now here we have our styles task. So what it's going to do is it's going to find any of our SCSS files, it's going to run Sass, and then it's going to save the output into the CSS folder. Cool, so let's actually try this out just by running our Gulp our Gulp task here, we can say Gulp, and then styles was the name of the task. Okay, we didn't have any errors, so that's good. It's ran styles, and it took 5 milliseconds. And if we check out our CSS file, you can see we have it output here. Now, to prove that this is actually working and that this isn't just already pre-compiled, we can pass it in some options. And let's say we want our CSS to always be output compressed. So to pass in some options, we need to have brackets inside of this Sass function here. We're going to be passing this an object. And this object is just one of the many options. And the option that we're looking for is style. So it's just style and then colon, and then in quotes, we're going to say compressed. Now the other options are the same as normal. You have nested, compact, compressed, and expanded. That shouldn't be, if you're used to using Sass, those options have always been there. Cool, so now let's go ahead and run this command once more. Gulp styles, and check out our main.css, and everything has been compressed here. Now, because we want Watch to watch this for updates, let's go ahead and add our SCSS to our Watch file. So I'm going to go ahead and copy this path here where our Sass files are located, and let's go to our Watch task. And I'm going to write another line that says gulp.watch, and then in parentheses here, pass in the path to the Sass files we want to watch. And then in an array again, we're going to pass in the task we want to run. So just like last time, we're saying if any of these SCSS files have been modified, then go ahead and run the styles task. So to see this in action, let's now run the default Gulp task. Okay, and you can see it's going to be watching for changes. I'm going to make an update to the CSS, just change the background to blue. Now, without even looking at the output, I'm just going to go over to our CSS, and you can see that the background has been output as blue now. And if you come over here, you can see that Gulp is smart enough, it's not going to rerun everything, it's only going to run what you told it to run. So we said watch for these files and then run this task. You can see it's only run the styles task. Perfect. So we're on our way to having an extremely useful Gulp file. So you can now compile Sass, you can watch for changes, and that's just the start of it. We have all sorts of stuff coming up. So as always, this is Scott with Level Up Tuts. If you have any questions or comments, leave a comment in the video or hit us up at Twitter or Facebook at Level Up Tuts. We love to hear from you. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.